Parkour is sort of separated into two different things. There is free running and parkour. Parkour is more A to B as efficiently as possible, straight line style movement, whereas free running is expression through movement and flowing through a space, kind of like dancing. It's quite popular in Australia. As for globally, it's insane the amount of people who do it. There are crazy jams and heaps of people just having fun. I started skiing as a kid, and that's sort of what I grew up doing. I needed a sport that was going to work for me in the summer, and skiing wasn't going to do that, so I found parkour. There was a parkour gym called Apes. I went to one of their first timer classes, fell in love with it, and kept doing it from there.
Done. Wow. Smashed it.
You're looking for walls or objects that are nicely spaced apart that you can move through. It's the easiest way to explain it. Each person in the sport moves differently, so they'll be looking for something that will benefit them. For me, I'll look at height difference between objects and bigger walls, thicker landings.
Oh yeah!
You don't want to be hyped up on adrenaline while you're trying to do these tricks. The goal is to be calm and controlled with your movement, and the last thing you want is to be out of control. What I do is I calm myself down through breathing exercises, and I visualize what I'm doing. I then tend to walk myself through exactly what I'm going to do and go for it, and it all works out most of the time.
Whoa!
So most of the time you'll have a couple different options in your head on these bigger movements. You're going to have a bailout plan if you're not going to make it, and you're going to have a plan of what I'm going to do if I'm going to make it. So usually, you'll flow through the obstacle. If you're going to bail out midway or you're not going to make it, you'll be prepared to absorb it and distribute the impact or whatever it is safely.
Oh, no way!
Oh, he's in!
It's kind of teaching yourself to adapt to certain situations because you're constantly having to change the way you move throughout a space.
Oh!
For me, whenever I find a weak spot, I'll tend to do exercise in that area, strengthen it back up again. But I will train almost every day. Practicing movement is, I guess, the most important part of the sport. As for injuries, I don't get injured that much personally. The worst injuries I've gotten is a sprained ankle or a slight tear in my AC joint in my shoulder. But it definitely is a factor. You can get injured, but the most important thing in the sport is to still stay safe.
Oh, we got the shot. We got the shot.
Social media plays a big part. Because the world's so big, you can't really show yourself to everyone, and you can't do those competitions where everyone can see you. Social media is a way where you can show your friends and your peers what you're doing. I love speed competitions. I really enjoy them. I'd love to be more a part of them when things open up. But for me, it's just making a job with it and just keep doing what I love.
Yes!